Wow, guys, I just got off such a fun call with a brand that I am hoping to partner with, and it seems like it's a really organic fit. There's lots of synergy, all of those fun little words. So fingers crossed once it happens, because we're manifesting it happens, I'll tell you about who it was. But it was such a good call and I am so energized by it, and I love meeting cool people, so that was great. Amazing day. It is really gloomy outside. It has been raining for the last couple of days here in LA, and honestly it matches the vibe, because guess who is bleeding? This bitch. And you know what it also is? A full moon in a couple of days. I have been, so many are gonna be like, exit. I have been on my red moon cycle for a hot minute. And let me just tell you that that switch from getting my period with a new moon to getting my period with the full moon has felt powerful. So lock in if you love this type of conversation. If not, there's always chapters in the description below so you can check out. If you believe in all this stuff, this makes sense. If it doesn't, like, I'm about to sound like a fucking crazy person, and like, I'm okay with it. But I really am feeling guided right now to just continue exploring my creativity and pitching myself and putting my projects out there and just reminding people like, hi, I'm here and I exist, and like, here's what I'm working on and creating. And with all of that sort of creative flow and energy, I am really feeling just like it's time to shed, literally, everything that's just like not serving you. Lately have been feeling so tapped in with me, myself, and and I don't know if it's the fact that I am approaching 30 at a rapid pace. Guys, I'm turning 29 in 2 months. I have a big 3-month calendar on my wall in my office, and I was writing out March, April, and May, and I got to May and I was like, oh, that's in 2 months. 29 is in 2 months. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know if it's because I'm approaching 30 rapidly, but I am just like feeling really fucking good and like in tune with Gabriela and what she's about and what does not feel good. I'm really fucking into it. And I feel like it's just making things in my life flow a lot easier when I surrender to that. So back to bleeding with full moon. I'm on my red witch shit, okay? That's just what it is. And it's all about tapping into that dark, divine, feminine energy, figuring out where like your Lilith is. That was a new thing that I was playing around with my astrological chart, and I was Googling it into the wee hours last night. By wee hours, I mean like 11 p.m. because that is past my bedtime these days. And it's really talking about exploring shadow work around that, and where mine came up made a lot of sense. The voice in my head is like, ask for help, and the people around me that I trust that are like in the know about the stuff that's going on in my life, same thing. It's like, ask for help. And that was really the theme around where my Lilith is and all that sort of stuff. Exploring just the shadow work around like why it is so difficult for me to ask for help, even though I'm like really willing to help everybody else and like be such a caretaker for other people, but like I for some reason assign a lot of weakness and discomfort with reaching out for help. And it's not even like help in giant ways, but it's just, again, like what I said earlier in this conversation of just reminding people like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like I recently sent out a lot of emails to people in my network just announcing IRREGARDLESS and being like, and if you're excited to get involved, here are different ways that you can. And even writing that email, I had a lot of weird resistance around, because I was like, ugh, I don't want to ask people to, you know, extend their network to me if it's not something that's like natural to them, or, you know, introduce me to a brand partner or a potential investor that they think could be cool for this. Like that felt weird to me. I don't know. I just I'm leaning much more into the fact that nothing great is built in a vacuum, and I do have an incredible network of people around me that I have cultivated, and I know that it is a two-way street. Guys, like even forget about work, like with my family and with my friends, and I don't know, I feel like in my dynamic with Elle and the relationship that we have, like that kind of is the outlet that I feel the most comfortable asking for help. But that has been a conversation throughout our relationship. Like that has been addressed where he has like really opened the floor for that conversation to be like, you need to ask for help, and like I am here to be that rock for you and to support you, so like please talk to me. Wow, this is really becoming a therapy session for me. Thank you so much. Welcome to today's video. Anyway, I'm really playing into this whole full moon situation. My period has been so different now that I've started working out. I promise you I'm gonna stop talking about my fucking menstrual cycle in like 2 seconds, but it has changed a lot since I've started lifting. If that's interesting to you, I can also dig into that further as I continue to like gather data and explore, because my lifting journey has been a journey. But it is cool to see the impacts, obviously outside of like feeling stronger and seeing different changes in my body, and mentally just feeling like fucking on top of shit. But the way that it's like truly impacting my period is fucking crazy. Over the next couple of days, as this full moon energy is around us and abundant, I am definitely gonna play into it. I've been journaling, I've been reading, I've been sending out the emails and doing all the manifesting, and we're living in a team. Please ignore the little pieces of my lime that I was aggressively squeezing into my bowl. I feel like having beans made in the fridge is a Cuban bitch's dream, and it's just good for you and yum and delicious. I did ground beef, and I used the picora bone broth, the beef bone broth, and I cooked it in there, added some additional spices, kind of like a little picadillo moment. And then I just did grilled peppers with onions, and then obviously tons of lime, as evidenced by the globs that fell off from the lime, because it was a really not good lime. This, guys, this has been my hyper-fixation hot sauce. I'm obsessed with it. ¿Qué pasa? Yesterday, I want to make these bad boys. I don't know what possessed me. I'm gonna just chalk it up to me being distracted and it being day 2 of my period and me being in excruciating pain and like resisting the urge to go sit back down as I was like having clots move through my body as I was standing up, you know? So I was like, let me, instead of putting the chocolate in for 15 seconds, which is what you should do, go in, check on it, stir it, another 10, 15, go in, check on it, stir it until it's fully melted. I put that chocolate in there, guys. I'm so embarrassed to tell you this. I put it in there for 3 minutes. Again, I don't know what possessed me. I don't know what possessed me. We're gonna blame the clots. We're just gonna blame them because I have never done something so stupid in my life. So I'm sitting here facing this way, watching something on my computer as I'm like assembling my fucking Greek yogurt bullshit. When I was that in, I smell smoke and I look over and there's so much smoke. I panic. There was no fire. Thank God. But I opened the thing. I got a rag and there's so much fucking smoke coming out of there. The chocolate is burnt to a fucking crisp. Like I took a blowtorch and like blew that shit up. I took it out of there and I immediately just like put it down in the sink, and the minute that touched a different temperature, all the glass exploded with the chocolate in the sink. I'm now like, fuck what's happening in the sink. I need to like not let the fucking smoke detectors go off in my apartment and like piss off my whole building. So I'm opening the windows, I'm turning on the exhaust, is that what it's called, like over the stove on full blast. I'm opening the windows. I didn't even think about how dumb this is, but I opened the front door to also like let in the smoke, and then I was like, oh my god, the hallway's gonna start smelling like smoke, and then it's gonna set off the hallway detectors. Thank God no smoke detector went off, and clearly it wasn't that big of an issue, because if not, that would have triggered something. Just don't be an idiot, don't be distracted, and like that is the biggest lesson. Every time I do stupid shit like that, it's because I was fucking distracted and I was trying to do like 35 things at the same time. Be here, be now, don't be a fucking moron all over some fucking chocolate just because I wanted chocolate, you know? And I made myself some lemon ginger tea, which I don't love. I won't lie to you. I love a cute mug. Like I love a very chic, ceramic, handmade, cute little mug, whatever. I love an ugly mug. I'm not saying that this is an ugly mug because like Cancun, we love you. I just love a touristy mug. Sorry if the sound is not great. It really is on my bucket list for 2025 to upgrade my vlogging camera. I am really distracted today and I have gotten done so much this week, and I still have things that I need to get done that I want to get done before the end of the week. I don't know if it's because I started my day doing social media stuff, which I typically do not like to do for this exact reason. Being on my phone tons, it distracts me. Even if I'm like technically working, it distracts me from then getting back onto my computer and doing what I need to do or filming or like whatever. And this morning I did an Ask Me Anything on Instagram, which was really fun. You guys sent in really sweet, fun, cool questions. So thank you for that. And I really love doing those and I want to do more of those. Again, another 2025 social media thing, more Ask Me Anythings and like getting to know one another, especially on Instagram. I did that this morning when I woke up. That kind of fucked my day. I just got distracted. Like then it just became hard to do other stuff. I did do some stuff for Birdie, which is one of the publications that I'm a contributor for. I also have to write my newsletter for the week. That has not happened yet. I started it a little bit this morning and then I was like, you know what, I'll come back to it. Let me do these fucking TikToks or this Instagram stuff. Never came back to it. And now my brain is like, huh, writing? Who is she? Moral of the story, lately when I have been distracted, instead of doom scrolling on my phone and giving myself like 30-minute break or whatever, if I don't feel like going outside and like going for a walk or just sitting on the balcony and staring, I am going to pick up where I left off on this book that I've been loving. It's called We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rodgers. This book has been sitting in my office for years. I can't remember where I first learned about this book and where I first learned about Rachel Rodgers. She was probably on a podcast or something that I listened to and I was like, wow, this woman is a genius. So I'm on chapter 5. I'm 80 pages in and it's a really fun read so far. I really like her style of writing. She talks to you like she's talking to her friend. She's super matter of fact. She's really blunt. She tells you like it is, but in like a funny, interesting, very smart way. And I really like her approach to to earning more money and the blocks that a lot of us have as women that keep us from making more money, and just the things and the powers that be that make the world go round, and why we should be betting on ourselves. Thought I was about to start working right away after I put down that book. You're wrong. I made a yogurt bowl. I'm so hungry, but I thought I would show you my really yummy go-to snack these days. First of all, this bowl, can we talk about this? This is my friend's company. It's called Vision. He makes the most beautiful serveware and bowls, and they're all sort of like meant to fit in your hands. This is what it's looking like. Basically what I do, Greek yogurt. I like the Vajay one, is that how you say it? It's the lactose-free plain one, but I like this one because it's like actually tastes like Greek yogurt to me. I've tried so many different types of like coconut yogurt and whatever that is like Greek style, and like none of it tastes good to me, and so I like this one. It does have a lot of protein in it, which is nice. I love this granola so much. It's so yum. It's the Love Crunch, the dark chocolate and peanut butter one, and there's chunks of chocolate and there's peanuts in there too, and it's just so yummy. I added a teaspoon of peanut butter. Guys, this is the best part. Frozen blueberries, or like your frozen fruit of choice. I love frozen raspberries in this as well, but these tiny little wild blueberries frozen, and then I just top it off with a drizzle of honey and a little shake of cinnamon. I'm gonna eat this, and I actually am going to get back to work. We do need to do stuff before the end of the day, but this has just been like such a nice cozy couple days at home. I haven't left the house in 3 days. Last time I left the house was Monday night, and it's only because I had a meeting that I had to go to. So there's no shame in it. We've been bleeding all week and haven't wanted to leave the house, and it's been rainy. So basically everything's saying, Gabby, stay home. And I'm like, no, you insist. Promised myself that I would go walk, so that is what I'm going to do. I feel really lucky that I have a gym in my building, so on the days that I don't feel like going outside or actually going to a real full gym, I have my little gym downstairs that I can rely on for the basics. I did make myself an espresso because I am so tired, guys. My eyes, I don't know if it's like my allergies or what. Does anybody else, when they get really bad allergies, they feel really tired? That's kind of happening to me right now. And even though I tell myself like don't drink more than 1 coffee a day because it makes me a little greasy, I don't want to take pre-workout just to walk on the treadmill, so I think I'm just gonna do some of this. Okay, sorry, what am I doing? Taking my makeup off. I just got a really fun phone call that I thought I would tell you guys about. This has been happening to me all week, where I'm like thinking of people and then they call me. I shit you not, yesterday I was unlocking my phone to text my friend Yasi, who just had a baby, to check in on her and be like, hello, Didi Gabby wants more pictures please of the baby. And as I was unlocking my phone, she texted me pictures of the baby and then FaceTime me, and I was like, oh, we are linked. That happened yesterday. It just happens to me all the time that I'm thinking about people and then they'll call me or text me or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, I love the universe and the way that the world works. That happened today with my friend Sarah. Sarah Griffin is incredibly talented. I met her way back when I first moved to LA. Also when I met my friend Trisha. So Trisha runs and owns Pop-Up Home, and Unwrapped is their incredible art gallery, and Sarah runs Unwrapped, and they've just become really incredible friends of mine. And so she literally just called me right now to put me on for an opportunity for something that got passed her way, and she was like, you know what, I actually have a friend that I think would be really good for this, and so now it's putting me in touch with the founder of the thing, and hopefully that happens. And if it does happen, it'll be in April, so you guys will know about it real soon. Either way, whether or not this work thing ends up working out, I am just so grateful to have people in my corner that believe in me, support me, and vice versa. Like, it's just so funny because I literally, the chapter that I was reading earlier today when I was reading We Should All Be Millionaires book was about your network and like your squad of people that you keep around you, and those that elevate you and that you elevate them. And it's like this circular economy, if you will, of the way that you support one another. It's just been really cool to be able to have like a working relationship, but also a friendship with people that are just really meaningful and vouch for you and are sponsors for you in the rooms that you're not in. Like, that is literally the definition of being a sponsor. Is I was not in that conversation, I was not in that room, an opportunity got passed her way, and she was like, you know what, actually I'm gonna vouch for my girl Gabby because I think she'd be great at it. And mentorship is so important, but sponsorship, you guys, having people that are gonna vouch for you in the rooms that you're not in quite yet, like real ones. I'm gonna finish taking off my makeup. I'm gonna finish the cafecito and I'm gonna go walk on this treadmill before nothing. I'm not gonna talk myself out of it because you know what? We don't do that anymore. We don't do it. I wanted to show you my new sneakers because I'm starting to invest more in like gym stuff, and technically these are lifestyle shoes, but I can wear them to the gym. So far, I've worn them to a couple of lift days, and while they're not like totally flat, I don't feel off balance in the way that I do in other shoes. Why am I out of breath when I'm like totally crouched down doing nothing? I couldn't tell you. As I was saying, look how cute. And I love the white and silver combo, but I love brown. I love brown, and I thought I added like a nice touch to it that wasn't just like the typical white and silver, which I do love, All right, the camera's gonna die, but I wanted to show you, look how cute. All right, let's go. Just got back from the gym and that actually felt really good. I'm going to fill up my blender bottle with some water, and then I'm going to drink some protein. This is the one that I've been loving lately. I have been using the Ritual protein for a long time, the vanilla flavored one, and I really like it. And I really like it for when I want a smoothie, because it's like the vanilla flavor I find is the most neutral of flavors, slash like any smoothie I make, it tastes good with vanilla. So I do like it for that. I like it for my protein pancakes and like mixing it into shit. But when I just want water with protein, I don't love the vanilla. Like if I had to drink that one more time, I was gonna fucking vomit everywhere. So I was like, let me just pretend this is chocolate milk. I love this one. The ingredients are super clean, standard 20 grams of protein per serving. Sometimes I'll do a double scoop if I'm not like meeting my protein goals. I'm sorry, I really am not trying to make this vlog into like a meet your protein goals, or like, I know that this conversation can be weird and uncomfortable, and like I don't even want to say triggering because I don't even want to like put that on other people, but I understand that everybody has a different relationship with food and exercise and tracking nutrition, and this is something that has been really new for me in terms of doing it in a healthy way. And I'm really proud of myself because it finally feels really sustainable and consistent, and I just feel really fucking good. And obviously I have my ups and downs with the journey that is lifting and weight training and like getting my lifestyle to be a little bit healthier, but I'm just really proud of myself, and this is my first time ever doing something like this. When I say doing something like this, I mean committing to a healthy lifestyle underscore the word healthy. I used to commit to a healthy lifestyle so many different ways that I thought were healthy when I was in high school and in college and in my early 20s, and that was just not it. In fact, it was extremely unhealthy, and it took me a lot of years literally until 2025 to approach it and trust myself that I could approach it differently this time. It wasn't even like approach it differently, because that hasn't been an option for me for so many years. Like I've just blocked it out of my brain and been like, no longer an option for you, sister. But it took me many years to feel comfortable to be in the place that I'm in now, where I can be tracking things a little bit more. For me, the way that I'm approaching this, especially as somebody who has had a history of disordered eating and all of that sort of stuff, it's all data for me. Like this is all data for me. And if you feel like you want to change something in your health journey and you don't feel like it's something that you can do solo, please don't. Like talk to your therapist, talk to your doctor, talk to a nutritionist, a trainer, like somebody that understands histories of EDs and disordered eating and things like that, so that you don't feel like you're just alone in this process, because you're not, and you have support and you can do it in a way that is healthiest for you. Anyway, if that is a conversation that is interesting to you guys in terms of like what I'm doing to navigate this and my health journey, I really would love to like talk about it more on the internet and open up that conversation. I do talk about it a little bit on Instagram on my stories and just like telling you guys that I am lifting and like all of this whatever stuff, but this is the most in-depth I've gone about it, or I've gone into it at all. I honestly like look forward to this now. That's fucking weird. And do one good scoop in there. Zoe really convinced me to get the shaker bottle because I was just using my NutriBullet, which is amazing, but this is just so easy to clean, and if I'm just doing water, like it's amazing. Make sure you close the top, right? Because one time I didn't do that and it was fucked.